Hello, what is up everybody? I was on twitter.com recently and I saw one of the dumbest people I've seen in a long time, and I think that is a large statement on its own. It's a title. It's hard to be that, especially when you have so much competition on twitter.com. But before we get into that, can you do me a favor? Like this video and subscribe, because I need the support. I'm a small channel and I'm growing. Please help me out. But yeah, the hero of our story today, or perhaps the villain, is a Twitter user by the name of Mr. Uncancelable, or @Sky_Daddy. So this particular individual is I don't really know if you can really give them this title, a political commentator of sorts. They give a lot of takes on politics, and they're usually really bad. So they came to my attention because I saw somebody talking about a post they made where they're announcing that they're going to drop a video about why they left the left. So she's really doing the whole Dave Rubin grift. So I was just kind of curious who this person is, why there are like some lefties, mainly like these Jimmy Dore kind of lefties, following her, and why is she so obsessed with Bernie Sanders and AOC. Actually, if you look at this tweet, she says, "Where are all the toxic Bernie bros I heard about? Bernie bros literally never say shit to me when I bring up Bernie. Bernie stands are just like Bernie. They never put up a fight." She said Bernie so much times in that tweet. Holy shit. But hey, here's a Bernie fan. I guess I'm one of them Bernie bros. I guess I'm fulfilling your wish here. But also, to be honest with you, no Bernie supporter really talks to you, because you're not that well known. You're a Twitter account with 20,000 followers, which is a decent following. Don't get me wrong, congratulations. But I have a TikTok account with 11,000 followers, and I can guarantee I've gotten more engagement with my account in the last 60 days than you've gotten with your account's entire existence. Just gotta be real with you. But yeah, the reason I'm making this video is, while doing a little bit of research on this person, I saw a post she made about Bernie Sanders that was so extremely stupid that it inspired me to make this video. So I'll go ahead and play that post for you. It's a video message. Let's get right into it.
Believing Bernie Sanders gives a fuck about you is akin to believing in Santa Claus at this point. If Bernie Sanders was going to disrupt the military-industrial complex and bring us out of capitalism towards socialism, why was his top contributor to be capitalist and U.S. imperialist? Why would Microsoft, Apple, Google, the Department of Defense, the U.S. Air Force, the U.S. Army, Facebook, Walt Disney, Walmart, Google, and Apple, why would they graciously pay a politician that's an actual socialist when these companies rely on capitalism? I used to think politicians were stupid, until I realized that truly I was a stupid one.
Hey, would you look at that? Me and you, we agree on something. This is what I call unity. This is true bipartisanship. But in all seriousness, the funniest thing about the situation is that she put her references in the replies. So for her argument, she used OpenSecrets.com to back it. Now, OpenSecrets is a good website. It shows you where politicians are collecting their money. Now, the problem with her argument is that she did not read the website which she was using to back said argument. The website literally says on the top of the page in red text, to emphasize how important this information is, that the money came from these organizations' PACs, their individual members, employees or owners, and those individuals' immediate families. Meaning every single worker at these institutions, whether it be Amazon, Microsoft, McDonald's, wherever, these are the workers that are counted in these numbers, along with their bosses and such. These are also their families that are counted in these numbers. These aren't the institutions themselves donating directly to Bernie Sanders to benefit their capitalist agenda. If you're an Amazon employee and you donate to Bernie Sanders because he raised your wage to $15 an hour with the Stop Bezos Act, you're counted under Amazon. That $781,000 coming from Amazon, that's most likely coming from the workers. And you want proof? I got the proof. You can see when it comes to looking at Bernie's sources of his funds, 53% come from small individual contributions, meaning less than $200, and 49% come from larger contributions, meaning above 200, but also subject to the individual limit of 2,700 if I'm correct. The point I'm trying to make here is that her argument was bad. It wasn't an argument. The proof she brought literally debunked her own argument. In the post where she announced that she's gonna leave the left, I know a big loss for the entire left-wing movement, she came out and said that she's against Medicare for all, but she's pro-universal healthcare. But she's against government involvement in said universal healthcare, meaning she's pro-private insurance. But somehow the private for-profit insurance mafia middleman is going to make us have universal healthcare? Somehow, some way? I don't know. She's completely politically incoherent. And it was that incoherence that got me thinking, is this person just really dumb? And should I feel sorry for them? Or are they some kind of grifter and I should despise them? And honestly, it's 50-50. It's 50-50, but ultimately they're a content creator. They should be called out for when they say dumb things. So the goal of this investigation was fairly simple. I wanted to figure out who this person was, what made them famous, what is their actual politics, and are they a fraud? And the results are pretty interesting. So I came in with some expectations. I thought this person was going to be some kind of Bernie Sanders supporter back in the primary that during the general got doomer pilled and is now completely against electoral politics. The thing is, they didn't start posting until 2020. They weren't posting about the primary during 2019. They weren't even posting about the primary during 2020. They only started posting politics in the middle of January 2021. So she came a little late, but she was able to grow after getting a shout out by a bigger left-wing content creator, and that's when the consistent political post began. Beforehand, her account was completely different. Now a reminder, nowadays she calls herself a free thinker, a free speech absolutist, and anti-woke, going as far as hosting her first podcast episode with a transphobe that works for the Daily Caller. So that's something. In a reposted clip, they were just complaining about LGBTQ people making being LGBTQ their whole personality. The funny thing is, I would say that that kind of description of a person fit the subject of this video quite well throughout the entirety of 2020. Post after post after post would mention being LGBTQ in some way or some form, and guess what? That's okay. The problem is when only a few months later you do a complete 180 and complain about people doing the exact same thing you did, and now she's out here being pals with people who make videos like this.
Young daughter in a locker room with a biological male transitioning into a female going through puberty. There is no one-size-fits-all answer to this issue, but the answer cannot be letting males invade young girls' spaces. This is not only a government problem, but an institutional one.
So I wouldn't be showing you her transphobic friend for no reason. There's a very specific reason, but let me give some context. So the next tweet I'm going to show you was posted in November 2020, right after the election. Peak politics on everybody's mind. Everybody had an opinion and everybody was letting it be known. At this point in time, she still did not make a bunch of political posts, but she did make this one. So LGBTQ and allies, if Trump wins and they start fucking with LGBTQ rights, we're protesting, right? Like, it's real Pride 2020 in this bitch, right? Let's be real. Violence against trans women is a huge problem, and so is medical care. If we let them regress LGBTQ rights, that community will be hit the hardest. We can't just rely on voting. So I bring this up because it's just like, how did this happen? How do you go from saying we almost essentially need to get militant in our defense of LGBTQ people and trans people to then platforming a transphobe, pushing a narrative that trans women are invading your little girls' bathrooms and making tweets like this, where you claim that the entire LGBTQ community is performative and emotional because they're Democrats, when just a couple months ago you were saying that Trump's gonna gnaw at the civil rights of LGBTQ people. But at the end of the day, I have no idea what's her deal. I honestly can't tell if she's a literal grifter, she's just doing this for money. Very likely, probably more likely, or she's just seriously mentally ill. And I don't mean that to be insulting. It's just she literally has denied the moon landing, denied that we've ever been to space, and is a hardcore anti-vaxxer. So, I mean, you take that with how you will. But yeah, tomorrow she's going to be releasing a video about why she left the left, some hardcore grifter shit right there, and why she dislikes Medicare for all. So if it's as incoherent as her explanations of her ideal healthcare system in her comment section, this video is going to be a train wreck, an absolute train wreck. And I'm very excited to see because 1, it's content, and 2, taking down idiots is fun. I'm going to just be real with you. But yeah, she's either a really bad person and a grifter, or an idiot, but also kind of a bad person at the same time. So it's going to be fun either way. Hope you stick around. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment on this video to boost it. Share it. Blow this up. I'm changing the commentary game. Just kidding. I don't know. I'm doing this for fun. But I would appreciate your support. Yeah, so subscribe and like. Stick around.